Hi everyone, this is Terry Koogler at Koogler Landscaping. And just wanted to show you my setup for 2022. Not much has changed over the last 4 or 5 years. I've been in business about 41 years, so been there and done that. A lot of experience and had a lot of different things. So currently I'm running a Ram 1500. Suits my needs. My previous truck was a Ford Lariat. Just got tired of the extra tires and 6 tires and extra gas price and this and that. This one does the job I need it to do, so it's been pretty good. It added some toolboxes to it, so keep some things in to work on it. Let's go back to the trailer here. It's a 20-foot trailer. I bought it at Ted Myers. Dual axle. I think it's like 7,000 pound capacity. I could be wrong. Have mounts for my pole trimmer there on the side. Also, there's a mount for the weed eater, although I usually just throw it on the trailer. Running the steel pole trimmer. Find it to be as good or one of the best as far as I'm concerned. So that's one of my choices. I run them. Currently I'm running all steel chainsaws. I have 4 or 5 different chainsaws. I carry 2 or 3 with me at all days. So this is what I use on a daily basis. Liking the steel backpack sprayers. They seem to be about the best, so I primarily run them. That's the yellow one there with the yellow X's, or that's my yard one, and then I have one up on top there that is should have green X's on it, and that's for bush trimming and bush spraying and tree spraying and things like that, insecticides and stuff. Then the Roundup one there is on the corner. I run these wheelbarrows. They're pretty heavy duty. A.M. Leonard, I think that's what they are. Can't hardly read it out here in the sun. I forget half the stuff I got, but I have them, carry them every day. Extra gas cans, rakes, shovels, little hook for everything. So I had that rack custom made for me, so it turned out really nice. I had it revised 3 or 4 times. Carry a gorilla ladder. It's kind of like a little giant ladder, except it's a little cheaper and get by them locally. So that's very handy. Carry that with me every day. Currently running the Stihl BBR 800. I find it to be still one of the best. I prefer it. I also have a, I'll take you over here. I've got a Echo 9010T. Let me see what the PB 9010T, but I don't find that as comfortable. Sheer power, it is more powerful, definitely. Not huge, but it is clearly more powerful, but I find it not as comfortable. The tube is more rigid, and I've had some issues. That's why it's tagged. It's had some troubles, but so just not as comfortable. It's a couple pounds heavier than the 800, and not as comfortable. So I'm not really sold on it at the moment. I've just had it a couple months, but the 800's been pretty good to me. Running the Stihl weed eaters. One of the things, little tips I'll give you guys to look into, because once again, I've been doing this for ages. Sorry, trying to do this one-handed. This is they call it a manual feed head. It's made by Toro and also Echo. And I've been using this for as long as I've been in business, 41 years. And I run the 140 line, I believe it is. It's a real thick line. It's the thickest line I think you can buy, and I lace it up like that so it carries has 8 lines whipping, So that works really well. I think that's, I don't know how people use that single line and bump and feed. It's terrible in my opinion, but so for all you guys that'd like to mount that on your weed eaters and give it a try, it's a Toro and Echo manual feed head. I believe you can still buy it. I bought like 15, 20 of them about 8 or 10 years ago, so I assume it's still available. Currently I'm still using the walk behinds. I like it. It suits my needs. I don't really cut grass all day. I do a lot of other odd jobs as well, but that's a Ferris 52-inch hydro with the 28 horsepower EFI with the oil guard system. I think that the guard system on there is fantastic. You never run out of oil. It keeps it cooler and all these other things, so it's really a benefit. Got a little sulky on there, so it's worked really well. I've been very happy with it so far. It's had a couple issues, but it's one of the best walk behinds that I've used. Has the central controls on it, very easy and friendly on your hands. So my previous mower was the X-Smart, and I've had numerous others, as you might imagine, in 41 years. So, and then currently I'm back on the Toro Time Master, which they're kind of problematic, but if you know what the problems are and you address them, then they're not too bad for what they are. So I mounted the commercial version gas tank on there. It's 1 gallon. If you want to know more, just comment and leave me a message. So I put 3 screws in the existing gas tank and then epoxied it on. It's been on there for 2 or 3 months, and so it's working pretty good. So now it will run a long time. It usually lasts me all day. I just trim with this mower primarily. Then I also can't show you that, but it's under there. I put the commercial pulleys on there, so the pulleys are known to go bad on it and tear up the belts on it and everything. So I've replaced, I went to the commercial pulleys and I went to the commercial gas tank. So that's working real well. And next I'm going to probably try and do the commercial rear end axle on it, the transmission as well, whenever it breaks or I have problems with it. So I've got a couple of these all set up the same way. And the Ferris, like I said, back to the Ferris, it's works really good. It goes up and down the hills. That motor's very powerful and will pull you, and very fuel efficient with the EFI. So it gets good gas mileage, which is important with gas being up $4 or $5 a gallon. So I just had new tires. I think they're Carlisle tires. They're one of the better ones I've used on the trailer. And most everything's gas operated to date. I do have some battery stuff, cordless tools, and I recently bought Stihl's top end. I think it's the SM120 chainsaw, and it's been good, pretty good. It's handy for small jobs when you don't want to, trying to be quiet, and it's inside the truck at the moment. So, but that's my setup. I had the gate custom made. That's has a 2-foot extension, so you don't get hung up. It makes the ramp more gradual. I also had these painted over them, but these are Gorilla lifts. So assisted lifting makes it a lot easier, so one person can lift the gate, because I think it's probably 300-ish pounds or so. So that's made it nice. So the trailer's pretty customized with the extended gate and the Gorilla lifts here, and of course the rack and all the doodads on there. So it's been a good setup. So for the last, I'd say 5 years, I've been running it like this. So I'm very happy with it, and got all my tools for digging and spraying and wheeling anything I need to do. And then the trailer, I have a lot of room on there, but I put yard debris on there, bush trimmings, tree trimmings. So every day that usually I just went to the dump. So that usually has several tarps on it or debris, or if I'm doing a little mulch job, I'll have some mulch dumped on there. So that's, and I'm also solo. So I've worked solo most of my 41 years. Occasionally I've had my wife work with me, help me out, or neighbor kid or something, but for the most part I prefer to go solo. I also ran a crew when I was younger, in my early teens, so I'm well aware of doing that and the ins and outs of that. So I'll open the door here and show you my little steel unit there. So that's what that is. It works pretty good. It kind of needs to be a little more powerful, but if you're not in a hurry and you want to be quiet and you have a small job, it works pretty good. But I break out the big boys anytime I got to really get through something serious. I'll go back to the gas. So other than that, everything's gas operated that I'm running, and so it's a big setup when you look at it. I'll see if I can zoom. Well, I don't want to zoom in there. Sorry about that. That way I'm pretty close to it. So that's it. And then I have other things. That's just stuff I carry with me on a daily basis. If I'm doing something special, then I do have other equipment as well. But I started with a El Camino when I was 19, and I think I paid a couple $1,000 for that, and had a little 21-inch push mower and bagged everything. And so I've been in the game for a long time, and started with nothing and built up to this after 41 years. So I've had 3 or 4 trailers, and like I said, started with the El Camino and just put the mower in the back of that and grass clippings and everything else. And it was, I don't know how I did it, but anyhow, you do what you have to do. And I guess there's a lesson in life with that. And start small and start somewhere. And the point is to start. And at some point you end up with something, hopefully. So, but I just wanted to share it today. I just got back from work and wanted to show you my setup and speak about things. So if you have any questions or interested in anything, and feel free to comment, and I'll try to get back with you as soon as I can with any questions you may have, and go from there. So I appreciate your time, and thanks for listening, and I hope this has been helpful. All my videos are meant to be positive and uplifting, and to help other people out, and just share what I'm doing. Not to tell you have to do what I'm doing, but just to share my setups and thoughts and what I've experienced. So I hope this has been helpful and somebody enjoys it. And thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks. Bye.